Hello everybody, today I can solve polynomial equations by factoring trinomials and grouping. Let's get to it. Number one, Mr. X to the fourth, he wants to party. Before he can party, all of his friends have to come over. -9 minus 9. Party time. Doubles, factoring, is there a GCF? No. Trinomial, yes. Because it's x to the fourth and x squared, it's x squared and x squared. First sign comes down, positive and then negative and negative. Multiplies to 9. It subtracts to 8. 9 and 1 equals 0. Now, I can set each factor equal to 0 and get x squared plus 9 equals 0. X squared minus 1 equals 0. And then from here, it's just isolate square root method. -9 minus 9, x squared equals -9. Square root of both sides. When you take the square root plus or minus, radical -9 becomes 3i. Remember, the negative comes outside and becomes an I. For this one, plus 1 plus 1, x squared equals 1. Square root, don't forget your plus or minus. The square root of 1 is plus or minus 1. There's no negative, so there's no I. That's it. Number 3, Mr. X to the third, he wants to party. Can he party right now? Yes. Party time, bubbles, factoring. 4 terms, there's no GCF, there's 4 terms. So I group it. I find the GCF of the first group. I find the GCF of the second group. X squared, x plus 3, plus 4, x plus 3 equals 0. Combine my coefficients, x squared plus 4, x plus 3 equals 0. Now I set each factor equal to 0. X squared plus 4 equals 0. X plus 3 equals 0. And again, for the x squared, it's going to be isolate square root. -4 minus 4, x squared equals -4, square root. When you take the square root, it's plus or minus. Radical -4 is 2i. And I solve this one. There's no squared, so there's no square root to take. And I get -3. By the way, 1 real solution, 2 imaginary solutions, so it's going to hit the x-axis once. 2 real solutions, 2 imaginary solutions, so it's going to hit the x-axis twice. Everything in this lesson is essentially what we just did. It incorporates isolate square root methods, so make sure you're comfortable with that. It incorporates trinomials and groupings, so make sure you're comfortable with that. And that's it. Practice.